Today we're going to be working on a vertical roller set, and the supplies we will use today will be I'm going to use yellow rollers, and I'm going to also need these clips. I'm going to use the all-purpose slide-in clips, and I'm going to be using my rat tail comb. And I will introduce my product a little bit later. So today I'm going to start off sectioning the hair. And for me, truth be told, you could honestly just take the hair and put it in a ponytail at the top, kind of put it in one big ball, or one big section in the front, and you could begin working your way with the length of the roller in the back. But for me, I'm sectioning the hair off based off how I'm going to style it. So I move the top two sections kind of in the direction that I'm going to isolate for the front, and kind of want to do something kind of towards the front a little bit, but I'm dividing it off that way. Now that I have the two front sections divided out of my way for control, and I'm going to start measuring the back. So for this vertical roller set, you're going to notice that we are starting rolling in the back versus the front or the top of the head, like we did with our standard or classic roller set. So I used my roller and I measured the length of the roller, how long the roller was, and I divided from one side of the head over to the other. So below one ear to below the other ear. Basically across the entire nape area is about what the length of that roller was. So if you take a look, I'm measuring just to make sure that it is the same length of the roller. So the same concept when we divided the hair into 6 sections for the classic roller set. As you guys practice, you notice that if that section down the middle or any of your 6 sections were too wide, the roller kept rolling off or kept falling off of the hair kept falling off of the roller. Well, that's the same concept even when we roll vertically. So now I'm going to take the roller and just once again double check. And I also use the diameter of the roller. So that little circular area, how big the size of the roller, I use that to create my subsection. But as you're going to notice is that the nape area, it is narrow. So it's wider at the top. And then at that very bottom hairline area, it goes in kind of skinny. So as I do this roller, you're going to see that I initially did it, but I'm going to have a little problem with it. So I'm going to go back in and adjust my part. There's my issue right at the bottom. So I'm going to realign my part. And I'm doing more what we call a pivot. It's like a little triangular section. So the top of the section is going to be the diameter of the roller, but at the very nape area, it's coming to a point, kind of like a triangle. And that's going to give me enough space to place my roller in, as well as to clip the section with that small single prong clip to the base. So I'm readjusting it. So we're going to start off about. And just like I have my part, I'm holding the hair parallel to the part. Drag that hair. Now for me, you're going to see sometimes I'm going to take the ends and personally wrap them around the roller. And there's sometimes I'm going to use my comb to help support and to wrap the hair around the roller. But either way is correct. The whole goal is to make sure that we do not fold those ends over. So we want the roller to extend past basically all the way to the tip of the end and to roll it down. If not, we're going to get what they call a fish hook. And a fish hook is going to cause the hair to look frizzy on the end and fold. So here's a shout out to Kelsey, and I want to say what's up. Miracle asked me over here, who are you talking to? So I stopped talking. I'm a voiceover later. And one key thing is to make sure that you're smoothing the hair out with your comb, and you're combing in the direction that you're rolling. So as you guys can see, my base, I'm over directing it, so my base is still going to be kind of on base. And so I'm over directing the hair forward or to the right side, and then I'm curling it. So we'll get a better image here. Roller, size the diameter of the roller. Got my finger supporting so I don't lose how wide it is. Smooth that hair. Base, smooth it from the base to the ends. Base to the ends. Ensure that it's nice and smooth, combing it in the direction. Smooth the ends around the roller and roll down. And I'm using my thumbs and my fingers, kind of pushing the hair towards the center so it does not overlap or fall off my rollers. I'm getting it nice and snug, and I'm holding it with pressure. And then I'm going to guide my clip in. Now, for demonstration purposes, I am clipping it. I was able to clip that one at the top, but you're going to notice that as I continue to clip, I'm going to clip them at the bottom just for demonstration purposes. But when I do it that way, you see how elevated my arm is? If I continue to work like that throughout the entire day, ergonomically, it's incorrect, and I will feel it. My muscles will begin to ache in the area. So technically, I would want my body to be on the opposite side from where I'm rolling, and I want to still continue rolling that direction, but my arms will be lower. So if I shifted my body around to the right and began to roll towards the left, that will be a better, more ergonomically correct position for me to stand. But once again, for demonstration purposes and for the video, I am standing on the opposite side. Smooth that hair in the direction that I'm going to place my roller and roll into the base. I'll give myself a little time to talk. I'm teaching a student right now. But yeah, so I would continue to roll it in the same manner. And even on this corner here, you can see that it's a small area. So that's more of what we call that pivot section as well. And all of my rollers are going towards from the right to the left. So I'm combing it. The stem is going forward to allow me to wrap the hair, that everything is going to fall towards the left side. You guys do not have to do it this way. You can decide to go back and forth with your rollers. So you don't have a specific direction. So I could roll one to the left, one to the right, one to the left, one to the right. I could definitely do that, and then there would be no lines, nothing that it could just kind of fall how it falls, really naturally. But for me, I'm being specific because I specifically want the hair to basically fall towards the left side. And you're going to see once I get to the top that I am going to have a center part. So now we are on row 2. We've completed the bottom row. I took my roller and measured the length of the roller from side to side. But I'm also, at this point, because I do have the hair divided over on the sides into different sections, I'm going to clip this area out of the way. And while I'm over here, I'm just going to go ahead and knock these sides out. So I'm going to add those or include the side area into this subsection or into this section. Now, on the sides, you're going to see that naturally the way the head is that it's going to, from the sides, it's going to go up a little higher. So you can see I'm going to have to slant it a little bit so that it can be the length of the roller. And then as it goes from the back, from the front of the head to behind the ear, where it's going to extend to the back area, in that back area, you will need to kind of dip down like a horseshoe. So basically, all I'm technically doing are like C shapings or horseshoe sections. Some people will call them, you might call them a halo. But all of those are correct. Just a halo or a horseshoe from one side of the head to the other. Once again, I only divided into 3 sections because I had a specific vision in my mind on how I wanted the hair to fall. So I went ahead and kind of placed it that way. Here I'm adjusting the side on the right so that I can just roll from one side all the way to the other side. Because I'm rolling to the left, I started on the right side. If you're rolling to the right side, begin on the left side. If you're going from the center forward and center forward on the other side, hey, handle your business. So because we have a diverse group of learning styles, I'm going to show the entire video. A lot of videos I know you guys watch are like 10 minutes, 8 minutes, but I do want to meet the needs of every learner. And I know that there is at least one person who would like to see the entire video so they will know exactly what to do and that they could reference back to an area to look at. If you are not that type of learner, fast forward because it's going to be quite repetitive. But if you are, this entire video is for you. So I hate to know the attention span can be a lot, quicker. I have an attention span of a fish. They say it's about 9 seconds. But I don't apologize for the long video because I know that there is a learner that does need the entire video. So, baby girl, this is for you. Earlier, I mentioned that I was going to tell you guys about the product I was using. In that classic roller set that we did earlier, and I used the Silk Elements liquid styling, the Silk Elements foam, styling foam. I use the same thing today. I did mention in that video to make sure that after you use the product, you can continue to keep the hair saturated with your water. If you continue to use a lot of that product, sometimes it can get a sticky buildup or film on it. Now, the Silk Elements foam does pretty good with using a lot and really not getting a tacky feel to it. But there may be some type of product out there, whether it's a mousse or a styling setting lotion that honestly can get sticky and hard and crunchy. So you do want to be careful not to overuse the product depending on your client's hair type. But yeah, um, you can continue to keep the hair dampened using the water bottle and just keeping it saturated with water. And the hair will talk to you. Listen to it. If the hair continues after you spray water with it on it and it continues to keep falling off the roll and you know your subsection is accurate, then now the hair is talking to you. It's telling you, give me something. Give me some hair food. Give me some product. So listen to it so that you're not fighting with that hair too much. That's generally how I describe it. The hair will talk to you. You can tell it by how it feels. If it's feeling kind of rough and tough and then you need something to kind of soften and to help seal it around the roller, that's when you start using your product.
And I feel like sometimes I cry, 'cause I feel so good to be alive. And there's not a doubt inside my mind that you're still here, right here by my side. Yeah. On veut nous faire croire à des mythes perdus, des passages de l'histoire falsifiés et revus, de Ramsès à Mandela, que de vérité tue. En ignorant le départ, on est ressemble à été belle et puissante. Salon rêvé de sa peau noire, je chante pour aviver les mémoires, exhumer les connaissances acquises. Car du temps efface la reine de sa vie en moi, ma guitare en moi. Gravissons nos mémoires, il faut changer l'histoire. Elle part à la dérive, mais mon nom. Le savoir et la sagesse sont à portée de main. Écoutez, on sait, elle a été reine, belle et puissante. Salon rêvé de sa peau noire, je chante pour aviver les mémoires, exhumer les efface la méthode de sa vie en moi, ma quête en moi. Dans ce chant, il exalte sa joie. Loin de l'ignorance, il démontre sa foi. Riche d'âme et de valeur, il répare les erreurs. Hollywood. You've been giving me the line so many times it kinda gets like feeling bad. Looks good. Yeah. That kind of loving turns a man to slave. That kind of loving sends a man right to his grave. I go crazy, crazy, crazy for you, baby.
Did you guys catch that? What did I just do wrong? So if you take a look here, you're going to see that I had to replace that roller. What did I have to go in here and fix? I do want you guys to answer that question for me. The question is, what was wrong with the base? What did I have to readjust? What did I have to change? And if you want to add why, that will be even better. So I do want you to answer that question in the right submissions area for this video. After I finish rolling this is basically going to conclude my set. And I'm going to get back with you guys on the comb out. And I'm actually not going to use the comb this time. I'm going to use my fingers. I might use the comb a little bit, but for the most part, I'm going to use my fingers. And when I finish up with this set, you're going to see in the middle where there's kind of a hole there. So here, I don't want a lot of and in that hole, it's intentional. I do not want a lot of volume there. I want it to kind of be flat a little bit there and kind of expand outward towards the center. Because I did create her center part. When I initially divided her up, she was kind of going to the side. But as I enhanced my vision along the way, I decided to give her a center part. So that's what you see there. So we'll be back. Stay tuned for the finished result.